Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 11 on Wednesday night. I'm in the White House in Kinsale in County Cork, back with the Langers. I'm on the road again, it's like Willie Nelson. Hit the road this morning at 7:15, got to Buswells in Dublin at 9 o'clock. Traffic was brutal going in the road into town, and again, they have a whore made of that traffic altogether around Dublin, with the bicycle lanes and scooters and no respect for red lights or nothing. There'll be someone killed shortly if they don't change it. Met a couple, I'd say they're early 70s. Got a great laugh straight away because you need a day off or two between each one, because you have to get out of your system what the crack was for the last week. Because straight away this morning, he was Larry and she was Denise, and I just said Denise, because I was singing anything that yesterday I forgot. So he said we made a great connection straight away, which we did, and we had a great crack coming down along. And he reminded me of my late father when he said he's a plastic eye in here, and the other one is not great eyesight either. But I remember bringing my late dad to an optician a number of years ago in Galway, and I went in and she just said to him, "How is your eyesight?" And he says, "Well, this bulb is gone and this one is on the dims," which is very similar to Larry today. He got a great laugh out of that, and he was on about the dims all day, and the bulb missing and the bulb gone and bulb broke and what have you. So we headed on to Kilkenny and done a tour of the castle, a quick tour, and we went to our favourite spot, the moorings, for my roast beef in Dungarvan. Walked in the door. Linny was off today. He's off 2 days a week anymore. And there was a guy sitting down, so I said, this man must be taking his spot. And he was very friendly looking, but he didn't make any effort to get up off the chair, and he was laughing, but he recognised me, and he just said, "Are you Mickey D?" And I said, "I am." And he says, "You look very different." The reason for that is I do have my long distance glasses on, so I look different. I should have explained that to him. So I shook hands with him and we went over into a corner. We ate. Tony is his name, and he was there with himself and his wife, and they were having lunch. I went round again when I finished mine, but he was gone. I was going to have a chat. I was there watching the 1:30 race. We broke all right in that, but we're on the rail, and when we were looking for a run, we couldn't get it. And the draw, the first and second was drawn higher than him, but he needed to get a better position. There's a race in him at some point, but it was a pity he didn't get placed. And similarly with the one Dame at the Cotswold, if that didn't jump, or if it jumped Midland, the last one, it would definitely have got fourth place. It was beaten a nose for fifth, and the other one was beaten, like, on another day, the two of them would have finished fourth, no worse than fourth, and you'd be picking up a 7-2 double on your money if you would only each be double with the two of them. But we're having the gods will have to change shortly. We're just running through a bad old spell with our luck. It happened the same this time last year. I was looking last night. We had 6 nose defeats in the month of May last year, and then it changed around, and we had 3 winning nose on our side in early June. So to be on about swings and roundabouts, and it balances out, so it'll swing our way. We went on to Middleton, to the Jimison factory after that. She said, "I'm a partier and I don't mind having a nice drink." So she had the whiskey orange, and she had an Irish coffee, and they were going for dinner there this evening. So we split here. It was about 6:15. We went to Castle Charlesfort as well on the way to the 5:26 when we got there. So after checking in, I had a little nap on the bed, and then I went for a walk, and I made a couple of cups of tea here, and I went for another walk. So I was looking at horses in between. So I have a few picked out for tomorrow. We're heading to Waterford. We're heading for Killarney in the morning, and I'm bringing them to Celtic Steps in the Killarney Racecourse tomorrow night. It'll be a show similar to Riverdance. Before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to a fundraising challenge that's taking place the weekend. There is 4 lads, 22 to 23 years of age, from the St. Barry's Club in Tarmanbarry area, on Scramog area, that neck of the woods before you cross the Shannon into Longford. Emmett Burke, Owen Diffley, Kieran McManus and Conor Murphy. And joining them is a friend of theirs, Brian Kelly from Newtown Castle in Longford. The reason they are coming together for a fundraiser is Conor Murphy's mother, Nicola, has been diagnosed with motor neurons disease. I wish her well on her journey. It can be a nasty disease, that. So they are trying to raise awareness and to raise funds that she will need. So their challenge is they're going to kick pints, not drink them. They might drink them after. Kick GA pints in 32 counties in 32 daylight hours. That's the challenge is called 32, 32, 32. And it's on from May the 10th, which is Friday to Sunday. Emmett watches the channel all the time, and I think he can kick a pint. I've seen him playing football a couple of times. Actually, when I was in hospital in 2019 in the waiting room, it was him that had a bit of a concussion. I was talking to me teeth, because it was when I had diagnosed with MS. That was the time I was going into hospital, and his dad brought him in. He came in at 11 or 12 o'clock. He was there for a couple of hours, so I'd know the family. So I'll get on to him and I'll tell him to post a link in the comments, and I'll pin it, a link to the fundraiser. It's so, and I'll be donating my monthly €100 to this challenge this month. I'll be donating the €50 as well to the in the Jockeys Fund. So for anyone that newcomers to the channel, I do that every month. So all you do need for me to generate a few quid through the month is just to listen to the ads and press the like button and subscribe to the channel. So I wish the boys well, and let me know. I'm in Killarney the next 2 days. Then I'm going on to Clare and Galway, say Sunday and Monday. Let me know where you are over the weekend. If I'm in that neck of the woods, I'll try and get to you and give you a bit of support. And I'll send an email or a link. I'll ask him to post a link in the comments. Or if not, I'll get a post in the description, or if he do one or the other. I couldn't see it there tonight where it was. Anyway, I'm rattling on a bit too much, but it has to be done, things like that. Tomorrow, there's the Ormond Stakes tomorrow. There's 2 4-year-olds at the top of the market, I think, isn't it? 4-year-old hasn't won this for a good while. Pont Lonsdale. I'm going with Deauville Legend. I think that we went from the last time out he ran last year, but I think it was good to Ferrum that beat him. I was sweet on him that time when he ran in Windsor. But first time out last year, and good to Ferrum. 1.5 miles. He was second to Pile Driver, and he hadn't ran when he had been for his previous run. He was 4th in the Melbourne Cup. That was in the Hardwick Stakes. 4th. So that was a Group 2. He ran then behind Hookham, but the day I fancied him that time, he went off. I think it was 5-2 into 15-8. But I was saying, Arrest as a 4-year-old and Alcacid. Our old buddy Enemy is there as well. He'd have a shot, but probably better at 2 mile. Pont Lonsdale, classy, but when did he win last? It's a long time ago since he won did he win the Coventry? The Chesham, 2021. hasn't won in a long time. I'd be avoiding him and going with Deauville Legend. The first race, there's a horse we backed before last year in York, but he won in he's drawn 10, that's the only thing. Change of mind. That hoisted up in record time in Chester, but it's off a while. That was first time out, but he was well drawn that day. If I hear anything about that tomorrow, I'll put it up in the description. Where else are we? Anyway, there's a good old card at Gowran Park tomorrow. If we look at the 210, a horse that we backed, let us down the last, but I thought back at 6 might be the trick, but it didn't do any good, is Dark Viper. We'll give it one more shot tomorrow. Dark Viper. The heavy ground and the 7 furlongs may just suit, but that'll be it tomorrow. Jackson or Johnson. There's a claimant raced in as for 3-year-olds only. There's a horse that tipped the last time in Dundalk, Alto Sax, and was rated 67. I thought the step up and trip might suit the last day in Dundalk when he went up to 10.5 furlongs, because he was a closing 4th in Dundalk over a mile. But he didn't seem to get it. And back in trip, he's rated 67, but he had been rated 74. If we look at the ratings of the horses, that Silky is rated 61. Latin is rated 74, but the rest is the 50s, and She's Smart has gone off for him. That it might be a race that for Alto Sax tomorrow. The 345. I think this might be the bet of the day. We have a horse that ran for us a few times there, Perfect Poise. It won for us and it was placed a couple of times. But it's gone up to 83, so the handicapper might just have it be the nuts. One off 71 for us, so that's gone up £12. But up there you see from 77 to 79, and it's 83 now. I think the second favourite there, but it's 4-1 with an awful lot of bookies. Bear Fast Tara, Bear 365. Fast Tara, and it's first run the last day for Aidan O'Brien, or Aidan's son, Joseph. Jesse's getting a hard lot of baitings with odds on favourites lately. But this was with Johnny Murta, but it won first time out on the April last year on heavy ground over a mile. It won snug enough that day. Went from 81 up to 90, and first run the last day I thought it ran very well, and I think it was a better race it ran in when you consider the horses that's in it. You have Crystal Black winning. That's it on the rail here.
Handicap. It's Grey Leader with coming to challenge on either side. Fast Start and Mr. Rango, 2 in front of Crystal Black. And then Sir Jack Thomas, followed by Spirit Genie and Simply Sideways Fades. Scholarship is next, being followed by Lady Lynette, Fiscal Rules and Casanova, and Independent Expert and Mexicali Rose and Adams Cut Adoption and Prolanion. Inside the final furlong, nothing between Fast Star and Mr. Rango. Crystal Black is coming at them hard, being followed by Casanova. Earls from on the outside, a long way back. Crystal Black, Earls and Casanova.
So it finished 5th. That was his first run in a while. And it's a good Lumpo filly. It might be able to carry the top weight. I was thinking that Perfect Poise might set it up for us. I've given the couple of chances to Perfect Poise. It done our favour for us before, and we got place money out of it. I think that was the better race that was in. Errol's is declared for the race he won last year on Friday, the 10 to 6 in Mallow. You never know what might happen. It's only about less than an hour from Killarney. If I get back in time, I might head to it. And then the 450. There's an interesting horse here tomorrow if the ground dries out, and damn it to hell, it'll have to be drying out during this weather. It's Pigeon House. Well, that won the last day in Punchestown, and it's 67 on the flat. So if you add 40 to that, that'd be 107, and it won off 118. So that suggests to me if the ground is good ground or yielding, that it could have 10 or 12 pound in its back pocket. It was yielding ground the last day. The reason it died a death in Cheltenham, well, it was competitive, but it was heavy ground as well. A little bit of nice ground. But it's a nice price there as well. So, you never know. Like Barrier is carrying top weight. Valley of Eagles, I know it was second the last day, but there's a big variance on the prices there. Anyway, it's not that, but this. Try and get this into the oven and get to bed. Get up early in the morning. Bash the bookies, over and out.